That was weird. It shouldn't have lagged all that badly. Weird delay in the game popping up. Anyway, hope everyone is doing well. Sorry I haven't been able to stream the last few days. Been busy. Oh, sorry. Bumped my mic and... Alrighty. Let's get to the roulettes. Should I go in as healer or should I go in as gunbreaker? Or paladin, maybe? Yeah, screw it. I'll go in as gun. Let's see what the raid roulette has for me. I hope everything's still working. It looks like it is. To some extent. Ah, my portrait! Ooh, we lost the summoner. Ooh, ow. Didn't stun ball. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Wait, oh, right, out. Hurry, hurry, everyone. Okay, everyone made it. First phase. Oh, we lost the other tank. Oh, he tried to dash in and fell right off. Whoop.
なんと挑戦者がリングアウトだ。凄まじい破壊力、床が抜けてしまった。急ぎ中継カメラも後を追います。どうやら崩落により火災が発生している模様です。
Oh, maintenance gonna be hitting any moment. Uh-oh. Well, we'll at least get a couple roulettes done before maintenance hits, then we'll just hop over to the switch. Oh, hi, Annie. Thank you, thank you. Oh, none of my, Yep, it just popped up in, the chat.
とてつもない攻撃、これが複数の魔物の力なのか。
And for whatever reason, the chat is not working. Now I have to quickly get that working. Though we still have an hour before maintenance hits, so I'm in Kugane. Been there since they released it. The night they opened that housing district, I was fighting 15 frames a second game for whatever reason because the game freaked out right as servers went up, and I got lucky and got a house, and I've held it ever since. It's just a small plot, but it's still better than nothing. I don't recall off the top of my head. I can look it up once we finish this fight. Because I also need to fiddle with the chat setting, because for whatever reason it doesn't want to show up on stream, when it should be. So I think either the chat bot window freaked out or streamer bot freaked out. Well, hello there, Volt. And sir, circles don't go awoo, they go. They speak French. Oh. That hurt. I'm playing terribly right now. I'm just not paying any attention. Well, okay, let me see here.
実況はメテムでお送りしました。
Quickly try to fix all my stuff because oh yeah, no, I've always used the I started playing back in Mid Heavens Ward, or like right towards the end, and I've never enjoyed it, the English VAs, so there we go. Now you can see you guys yourselves in chat. For whatever reason, it wasn't connecting. But yeah, okay, let's see here. I am in Western in... That's not going to be any helpful because you can't see that there. Ward 1. That's right. I'm in Ward 1. Yep, I'm in Ward 1 and then plot 35. So I have been looking to try to find a large plot, but those are expensive. And because the auto demolition has been turned off for months at this point, there's no there aren't a whole lot of open housing, and they also haven't opened any new plots, so, or new wards, so there hasn't really been any new housing for people to rush to go and get. Alrighty, well, let's see if we can't get a trial done before the before our maintenance happens. Ooh, whack the mic, sorry. Fly flew around me, or in my face. Yeah, it wasn't great. Like, in Japanese, I like Wukalamat. She's a fun character. I like her in Japanese. I cannot stand her English voice actor. Her voice actor was a terrible role casting choice. The actor can't act. Like, I'm sorry. They just can't. When you look at the Japanese and the German, like when right after hang on one sec. Yeah, sorry, had a phone call for dinner, or like dinner plans. But you know, like, I disagree with the casting for Lamont. I'm just gonna go with that. Because if you listen to the Japanese version of Wuk Lamont, or even the German version of Wuk Lamont, the voice fits Wuk Lamont just much better. And like the Hispanic accent that they give her is god awful in the English version. That sounds like someone pretending to have a Spanish accent who doesn't naturally have one. Like, again, I like Wuk Lamont as a character. I'm fine with the Warrior of Light, our character, becoming a mentor. That makes sense for the path that we're going on. I'm perfectly fine with that. Now, maybe she shouldn't be as much of an idiot as she is for being the princess, essentially, of her country. Like, she should not have been as much of a dingbat. But other than that, I'm perfectly fine with us being like, oh yeah, we'll help teach you how to do things. Also, the stream might be cut early just because I have dinner plans at 4:30ish, so was having a bunch of technical issues before trying to get the stream going. Yes. Like, there's being sheltered, and then there's Wuk Lamont. Oh, but oh yeah, no, I just need to get it. Oh, and the Reaper's dead. Like, It also might have worked if they had her be a lot younger too. Like, you can have the character be a complete, you know, moron, but she's a full-on adult. Like, that also didn't help in her characterization. Oh, hello there. Didn't expect you to see you there. You're good, Eddie. Alrighty, let's try and get a expert roulette done. But yeah, got a Switch 2 and was setting that up, or I was trying to get that set up so I could use it on stream. And then was but yeah, I was having issues with that because I didn't want to, like, I wasn't getting any audio, so that was fun and annoying, but finally got it to work. Oh, you're fine. That's usually how it ends up going for most streamers that I've seen. They need to talk directly to them that isn't, like, in-game. They'll just do it through tells. Yes, it is. Well, what do you mean I can't Awu? You are cheese. You speak French. You don't go Awu. And then you're Swiss. Then you. Well, then you're speaking Swiss. Wow, it's been really long timer for the roulette. Usually it doesn't take this long as a healer. Would it be Swedish, Eddie? Do the Swiss, like Switzerland, do they speak Swedish or do they speak their own language? We got a warrior, we'll be fine. Well, at least this time we don't have a gunbreaker that doesn't use any gunbreaker defensive actions and only uses their roll skills for defense. Because that happened the last time I ran the expert roulette. That was weird. And thank you for the follow, Vol. Hey, look! You got your little So glad I found this follow widget. I mean, circles are pretty close to looking to birds, so maybe you can go Gua. Well, it's more because of how the game first launched, where it was just more people, like the players, like assisting each other, and because that never really. And then it doesn't help that in the TOS for the game, you're not allowed to just tell people, hey, you're playing like crap, stop it. It's not even the, like, it's, the guy was he was an Omni job. Like, he had all his jobs at 100. And he was at full 750 tone gear. So he wasn't a new player. Yeah. But yeah, like the only Gunbreaker cooldown he used was Aurora. Sorry about that. Another phone call. Yep. Well, so what's funny about you mentioning Garnet Default is the current expansion is all Final Fantasy IX themed. So we have a Garnet equivalent named Sphene, which is another, you know, it's just another name for Garnet. Because like if you look there, there's the castle from a 9. But yeah, the nice thing about basically every Final Fantasy game is they're all completely standalone. Yeah, that's unfortunate, really. Like, I try to help Sprouts when I come across them, especially in like leveling roulettes or whatnot. Like if I come across a tank that has, you know, the tin can armor, or they're really under-geared, I usually will just try to help them and make them a full set of gear, because I have the crafting materials and it's fairly inexpensive, so. And usually if I come across someone who doesn't know something about the class, clearly, I'll let them know. So. Steiner is in, no, Tin Can isn't the poor armor. It's back when 2.0 and 1.0 of the game was a thing. Some armor sets would take up both the head and chest slot, so you couldn't wear a helmet. And for tanks specifically, there would be a armor set that it's just a... It makes you look like Alphonse from Full Metal Alchemist, kind of. And it's just called the Tin Can because it's just this... Like, the head doesn't move. So your character will just be standing there in cutscenes. Just giving a blank look all the time. It's generally really funny. But the problem with it is the stats on it aren't great. So it's more of a detriment than a positive. But new players don't know that. It's become a meme set, yes. It's a meme that new players unintentionally fall into because the game doesn't... It just gives you the armor set, the armor at, I think, around level 25-ish as a reward. So most players just go, oh, okay, I'm supposed to use this. Yeah, it's not bad, it's just not great, is the thing. Yes. And in general, that is correct with this game. Generally, if it gives you something new and the item level is higher than the one you're currently wearing, then yes, it's good. But what I was saying about Final Fantasy Games Vault is that unless the game has a subtitle, so like Final Fantasy 13-2, Final Fantasy 13-3, or Final Fantasy 10 and then 10-2. Those are connected because they're both within the world of Final Fantasy 10, but the base 10 does not connect to 9 in any way. Every Final Fantasy game is its own separate story, characters, universe. But there are some things that cross over between them, like chocobos, Gil, just certain things like Job. Yes. Usually they'll do that in like spin-off or crossover games where like everything will be connected, but in general most Final Fantasy games are all standalone to themselves. And like 14 references all the other games, but if you don't know the other games, it doesn't matter. It just becomes oh, I recognize this thing if you played the games before, or if you go and play the older games and you recognize it from 14. Yep, that'll happen. Yep. The Marlboro will, it'll give you every debuff in the game. But yeah, like, crystals usually being some element of power, the job, or like the classes, those are usually in like across multiple games the same. There'll be characters that'll have the same name, but they're different. They're not connected in any way. Like Sid, he's been in every game since 6. Or no, is he in earlier games? No, I think he wasn't in the earlier games. But every game, like Biggs and Wedge, they've been in most games. But like if you played Kingdom Hearts, you've seen basically all the protagonists from every... Are any 6 protagonists in Kingdom Hearts? I don't think there are. Yeah, that's true. But I think that would fall under like the jobs being the same across games, Eddie. Wait, I don't remember. Is it anyone from 6 in Kingdom Hearts? Or is it just 7, 8, and 10? And 9 technically with Vivi, I guess. Is Edgar 6? I don't remember. But the protagonist from 6 is the one that she's got green hair and like a very flowy outfit. Okay, yeah, so there is someone from 6. I think the only game at the time for Kingdom Hearts that didn't have someone from it is 11 and 14 technically, or I guess Terra. That's her name. Yes, I was blinking hard on it. He was in 2? Okay. Yep. Kefka's one of those characters that everyone knows just by cultural osmosis. Yes, really only the modern ones have been represented. Well, semi-modern. Basically only the ones that were out when Kingdom Hearts started. That was not what I wanted to do, damn it. Yeah, because none of the early fair. That's why I misspoke. It was more like all the games that had been out when original Kingdom Hearts had started, which would have been. But yeah, that's weird that because yeah, 5 doesn't have anything. 5, 6. Well, no, we have 6 because Setzer, but we don't have 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. None of them are in it. But also, all the games that they do have representation in Kingdom Hearts are ones that are more have that more modern style to them, as opposed to the much more fantasy flavored. Well, Tactics is getting a re-release, so. And Tactics is in 14 as well, as an entire raid series. No, they'd put Yustola, like they did with Dissidia. That, or they'd create a Warrior of Light that could be in the Kingdom Hearts universe. Because as much as they use Thancred in marketing material, they would much more use Yustola or the Warrior of Light before they would use him. She's human enough, though, which is why I'd say her or a Warrior of Light analog, because they're not going to use Lise. They wouldn't use they wouldn't use Thancred. They wouldn't use True. I mean, at the very least, they might use the twins. Alphino and Alize could work in a Disney-style world with very little issue. Yeah, unfortunately, because Lisa and Minfilia have kind of been relegated to not being here anymore, essentially. They wouldn't, and they don't ever use them in any marketing material at all. They'd only ever use the main scions that they currently have, or a Warrior of Light replacement. Well then, Eddie, then you say that they wouldn't use a Miqo'te because the ears and tails. Remember, in the 15 crossover, they just had a Miqo'te show up in 15's world. They do have long ears, but also remember, Alizé and Alphinaud are still young, so they're not as they're not as long and they're not as tall as everyone else, as the other Elezen. Well, yeah, because she's a red mage. Volt. And red mage works by balancing white and black magic and keeping them in balance to effectively use their skills. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the nice thing about Final Fantasy is you can choose any game and just start and you'll be fine. At least they mentioned it. They just didn't go, okay. Because I don't remember in the 14 crossover, like when Noctis shows up in Eorzea, he's just kind of like, if I remember correctly, he just kind of goes, okay then, when he sees all the different races. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was a Rothgar at that point when that hit. Because, yeah, the 15 crossover dropped in Shadowbringers, correct? Oh, well, I need to log out because the game is going to... Oh. Let's see here. Oh, wait, I can just do this. Yeah. Source. Browser. Listing. Chat 2. There we go. That's yeah. He probably is. Stormblood, yeah. So I would have been a Makote when it first dropped. Since I was just a Makote before, and then once Shadowbringers dropped, I vintaged into Hrothgar, and I've been a Hrothgar ever since. It's just a case of you forget the timeline for certain things because, you know, I've been playing the game since 2014. So that's a very long time. Let me see where we get. It's the blanking on the phrase, the 10-year melody that Husky Geek did with like the collaboration. So it's like a mix of everything. He did that one. If that was 10 years of just... It was the 10-year anniversary one, so it's just, so it was all of 14's music. It's his stuff. All his remixes are good. And then there's like this one, which is just Endwalker music. Check, I messed up. stuff's freaking out. Oh, there we go. Let's... Yeah, I got the Switch 2 for the birthday, so... Well, and considering, Eddie, my name Geo comes from Mega Man Star Force. For Geo Stellar. I forget what I was doing. All right, I just did that shrine. Oh! The game running so smooth. Yep. I probably would have gotten it later down the line. Either way, but so. Yeah. Come here. Got beaten up. Let's see here. But yeah, it's the Switch 2 version does play smooth. Oh my goodness. Probably need to do a full replay through this. No, it isn't, but it was on. But Mega Man Star Force was only on the DS, so. And then I played all of the Battle Network series. That he is. But yeah, I mean, I was introduced to Mega Man on the Game Boy Color with the Battle Network series. So, let me tell you, when the Battle Network collection came out, I was stoked. And so I'm really hoping at some point we get a full Star Force a full Star Force collection as well. They're good platformers if you want to play the original, and then there's a bunch of spin-offs like the Star Force series, which is a turn-based hard battling game. Wait, did I say Star Force? Well, no, both Star Force and Battle Network are card-based, turn-based, grid-based games, RPGs. Yep, it's the Age of Calamity one, because it's supposed to get a... I think this is supposed to get a Switch 2 version as well. So yeah, and then playing Pokemon Scarlet at 60 frames a second, it's really weird. That's fair. Like, the only reason I have the Mario Kart game is because it came with the Switch. So. But yeah, like, look at this. This should not be this smooth. Look at this. fair. He shouldn't have gotten in the way. But I mean, like, look how smoothly this runs. It's very disorientating if you're used to the game running not like this. And this is in a DLC area too, which is a lot heavier on the system. Oh, what I hit. C-Dot. But like even with the terrestrialization, look how smoothly this runs. Like that effect always caused the game to have a conniption before. I do hope that Xenoblade gets an update as well, since I'm currently playing through Chronicles 3. I mean, it's nice that they were able to just end. Yeah, though it's weird because that's on Game Freak's. Well, it's on the Pokemon Company's fault more so than anything else because, like, hold on. I'll show you. Oh wait, actually here, I can show you because I have my OLED still plugged in. Hold on. Gotta load it. Okay, so this is on an OLED, which is still the Switch 1. Like, the original Switch can handle a lot. They're fun RPGs. Just bear in mind, the gameplay style changes a little bit through each. And then Chronicles 1, 2, and 3 are all interlinked. I don't know how X is tied in. I have yet to play X. I have played Monster Hunter Volt. Older Monster Hunters, yes. But here, like, so like, here I can teleport to it. Let me travel to a different area. I mean, so does 3 to an extent. You can change your class, and then you unlock like support characters that can party up with you, and then you slowly unlock classes for the whole party to be able to use. So like at the moment, Noah here can't use the Lone Exile job, but Mio here can, because she's unlocked it. And you just unlock it just by having someone in the party using it. But here, let me teleport to a more open area. Let's go to the Forest region. Are you talking about Monster Hunter or Digimon? Eddie. Because like, so remember, this is on Switch, just on the Switch. Oh wait, this still isn't a great area. Hold on. If you're talking about Monster Hunter, Eddie, yeah, I don't like modern Monster Hunter at all. It's another game that they just slap the name Monster Hunter on top of. It doesn't, it's not. The last Monster Hunter game was Generations. But yeah, like, so... Again, mind you, this is on the... Oh, actually, you know what? No, where is it? Well, I mean... So yeah, this is on the Switch 1. Jump, Noah. Like, even with all the water sims going on, it's not struggling whatsoever. So, like, you can make games run well on the first Switch. Like, yeah, like that bird back there is stuttering a little bit. But, like... You can get good-looking games on the Switch. It's just Game Freak and the Pokemon Company refuse to do that. Because, like, even in front of the waterfall, where it's having to render that, nothing's really freaking out. So, yeah. But, I mean, like, I play Generations constantly. So... Sec. Back to the Switch 2. I mean, and now I say that about Monster Hunter, but you know, you're more than welcome to enjoy the new games. That's fine. But they're not great Monster Hunter games. Like, I don't care. Like, you can enjoy them all you want. That's fine. But yeah, it's just, I don't... Well, no, see, the problem with modern Monster Hunter is because they just started stacking skills on armor sets. Like, in Generations, I can actually show you what I'm talking about here. So in Generations, you couldn't get more than 5 skills? Off the top of my head, let me see here. Yeah. And you had to have a really good charm to be able to, for that to be the thing. Like, you had to get super lucky to get a skill, to get a charm that had a fully active skill. Because now they have all skills just trigger off having one skill point. That's the problem. See, like, 3 skills. Oh, okay. So here, I'll explain a little bit better, Eddie. So, you know how in Monster Hunter World, if you just put a... if you want to have a skill to trigger, you just need 1 point in... like 1 point... actually, hold on. Let me do this. Give me a second. Just need to switch my main monitor back to my desktop. And this. Yeah, which was really dumb, Volt. They should have made it keeping 10 skill points are required to trigger a skill. Second. There we go. Okay. Well, yeah, I have 3 skill. I mean, I have 3 active effects on my armor, as opposed to, you know, well, once it's. I don't care about creating a... and also all the armor in World and, like... they're not exactly good-looking armor. So, Eddie, in... so, for example, this doesn't happen in Monster Hunter. You would never be able to get... what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 active skills. 5 of which are at max level. This is not... 6, sorry, with free meal. This was never a thing in... so, like... yes, so like I have attack, fire attack, defense, fast charge, hot blood, and constitution. But only 3 of them, or 2 of them, are active, usable skills. Because not all of them hit 10. You'd have to get, or no, you'd have to get 5 in a stat. 5, not 10 volts. Oh, no, never mind, you're right. You had to get 10. I don't know why I think 5. They basically made all skills be active by just having 1 skill point, as opposed to requiring 10. And that caused a massive power creep to happen within the series. And when you increase the power of the main character, you then have to boost. You have to increase the you have to turn the monsters into damage sponges. There's no, you can't, or you do what Rise and Wilds do, where they just make the monsters invincible and they run off and speeded up animations. Yeah, it's massive power creep, Volt. And like the music in the newer games isn't that great either. Like none of the armors are really interesting looking. That's fair, but it's just a case. Yeah, no. Power creep does happen, but like the power creep we're talking about was never a base game thing with Monster Hunter. By the time Monster Hunter, like the next game would have come out, or the current game was at its end life cycle, then yes, you'd have a broken armored set or two. But never what World, Rise, and now Wilds does with armor. And like in Wilds, like now a ton of the weapons have auto tracking, which is stupid. I hate the scout flies. Oh no, I haven't struggled in Monster Hunter in any modern Monster Hunter Vault. Modern Monster Hunter is piss easy. There's no getting away around it. They're not hard games anymore because the devs listen to the people who didn't play the games as opposed to the people who play the games. Yes. Like there's no reason for auto tracking to be in any Monster Hunter game at all. The scout flies should not be a thing. The only reason the scout flies exist is because the map design in the world is awful. Well, and then it's not even just the DLC, it's... Well, that's... If you're not used to how Monster Hunter should play, then yes, it's not going to be super easy. But the problem is they made the games ridiculously easy for... Like, I'm never going to say that people can't struggle with the game. That's just not a true statement. But rather than make people get better and learn at the game, they've decided that the game has to get dumber for the people who don't want to learn. Does that make sense? It's kind of like how Dawntrail, Eddie, has forced people to get better as opposed to them dumbing fights down for the people who just refuse to get any better. If that makes any sense. Oh, well, Volt, haven't you seen? Paintballs are back in Wilds. All they are is the monster, like, it's just a ping system for players. It doesn't actually do anything. And you know what also Monster Hunter doesn't need? NPC hunters strolling around with you in hunts. Even as a optional, like, no, you don't need that. That's what the Palicos were for. If you want to play with other human hunters, you play with players. That's just how the games have always been. Like, that's how they should be. There shouldn't be anything to distract you from when it comes to the weapons, yeah, they just kind of let you figure it out, but they've also dumbed the weapon functions down so much. Like, I'm surprised they haven't gotten rid of sharpening as a mechanic. Or like in like, it's just they've changed how all the weapons are much simpler than they used to be, and that's not necessarily a good thing. It's like the equivalent of going from Heavensward style job mechanics, Eddie, to Stormblood. Well, that's what the Palicos are for. And, like, I don't need... What also another thing I hate about the NPC hunters is they never shut up. Again, that's why Wilds is one of the worst Monster Hunter games they've ever put out. Like, I played through the entire story and I fainted 4 times. Like, not wiped. I carded 4 times the entire time of playing through the story. And that's with minimal armor. And all the cards I got was because of just the oh, you die now mechanics. Yeah, the secret is just a worse Palamute. There's no reason the handler should be with the hunter at all. Like, at all. She should not be just running around the background doing nothing. Well, see, and that's the thing, Eddie. In World specifically, because that's when they made all these massive combat changes. They made the Palicos dumb. Like, they're just dumb. Like if you go back and like, if you have a Switch, Eddie, I would highly suggest picking up Generations and then seeing the difference between how the Palicos function as opposed to they do in World. Because like they're actually useful companions in the older games. They're not as stupid as they are in the modern ones. Like they're just, the AI is dumber between the two games for whatever reason. In Generations and 4, they would actually, you know, if you get knocked, if you're trapped in something, they'll immediately come and run and help you, as opposed to just standing across the map and doing nothing. Yes, as opposed to having to fly a bug over you at an extremely slow pace. Because like in Generations, in all the older games before Wild or World, the healing bugs weren't a thing. The Palico would just play a horn and they'd heal you, as long as you were on the map, on the section of the map with them. And again, this isn't a no one can like modern Monster Hunter. That's not it. It's just you're playing a very, very simplified version of a much better game series because the devs listen to people who didn't play the game. It'd be like the equivalent if Dark Souls just instead of what they did with Elden Ring, to where they gave the option of the game being easier, they just made that option mandatory for everyone and made the game stupidly easy. And then everyone got annoyed at the fact that this isn't Monster, or this isn't Elden Ring / Dark Souls, because that's not how the game functions anymore. Well, no, Volt, Cha-Cha and Kiamba were a Monster Hunter 3 thing only. Before then, Palicos were always... Palicos have been in the series since Monster Hunter 1. For whatever reason, in 3, they tried to replace them, and people didn't like them, so they brought them back in 4. And also, I don't care what anyone says. It's not Master Rank. It's low, high, and G Rank. Bring back G Rank. Put it back. And also stop removing event hunts. Leave those in at all times. Oh my goodness. Why is everyone modding the game? Because you take things out. And also stop using RNG hunts as a way to keep the game running.
Perhaps this.
I'm pretty sure it's grand, like grand rank, is what G rank is supposed to mean. Oh yeah, visual mods are a dime a dozen. But no, it's like they're getting mad at people modding back in removed hunts because, you know, they didn't do that before World. In all the 3DS games, in Generations, in 4, 3, when they released an event hunt, the hunt stuck around forever. As long as you had it downloaded to your system, even, I'm pretty sure right now, if you open up a brand new game of 4, or 4U, you can download the event hunts, even though they no longer, even though the 3DS servers are no longer up because they connect to the Capcom servers. Because like if I start a new file on Generations, it'll, I could download all the event hunts. No issue. They never removed them in the older games. But like, if you actually mod out the scout flies in the game, in the modern Monster Hunters, and makes them, no, they're not time gated. It's Capcom will drop them, they'll be there for a week, and then they're gone. But you know, if you actually, here, let me, if you mod out the scout flies in the modern games, it makes it marginally better. Though there is a slight problem. Let me see if I can't find that capture. In Wild specifically, if you mod out, okay, there we go. If you mod out the scout flies, it breaks the game, because if you didn't know, the secret follows the scout flies. Just the AI for the secret follows them. Let me see if I can't find it. But in here, no, it's, I think. And if you mod out, if you mod out the yep, it's by a Pogo. Right here. Let's see. I think I just want to do source. Oh no, what?
All the M&Ms you could want. With peanuts or plain.
Window capture. How's it doing this? Oh wait, no. Why is there a white screen or a white? That's weird. Yeah, the problem is the handler should not be there in the first place. There's no reason for her to be out there. I know that people want to say, "Oh, well, she's supposed to be there because the story says." Like, I don't care. The handlers are never out there in the first place. That's just not. That's never been a thing. The only reason they force her to follow along with you is because they've been trying desperately to recreate the love that everyone had for the Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate Guildmarm, and people liked her because of her personality. Dave, you have to write a new one that has a good personality. All of them are annoying as all hell. Or complete morons. Like, half the problems in Wilds happen, or in World, happen because the handler, A, doesn't listen and just wanders off, or 2, she can't stop stuffing her face. Why is there just a random... But here, let me show you real quick. So if you... Let me see if this does it. Is this gonna... Yep, so watch. I don't have any scout flies. Watch what happens. Oh, no, you can't see that. It's not loading. That's what's going on. Okay, hold on. We'll just do this. Do a display capture. I mean, so do I. But the problem is, it's like in Wild where you encounter an entire village that doesn't know what weapons are in Monster Hunter. Like, they're stupid, and then there's that. So watch what happens. Normally, the secret is... Okay, well, that didn't... Hold on. Normally, the secret is supposed to jump down off that hill, or that ledge, into... Oh, that's the longest version I have. Darn it. Well. Here, hang on. So, you're supposed to jump down and go start hunting the monster that's down here. When it gets here, he just gets stuck. And literally, this creature gets stuck permanently. It will not jump. It just sits there running. And if you reload the instance, it just reloads you right back where you were. And because they've decided that this is how they're going to do story, you can't just ignore it and go do hunts. Give me 1 sec. Alrighty, well, unfortunately... Oh no, they're highly isolated, but still, it doesn't matter. Like, there's no excuse for that. The world of Monster Hunter has been around. It's a post-apocalyptic world, so the reason why the weapons are the way they are and the way the society is because of that happening. So, but anyway, I do need to get going because it's dinner. So I will see y'all tomorrow, and because I'm going to try to be streaming more often without gaps. So, alrighty. Yeah, that's fair, Volt. Alrighty, well, I will see y'all next time. Thank you for coming on by.